To the familiar warning that speed kills might now be added this alert. Angel dust can turn you to dust. As we've reported this week, the chemical PCP, or angel dust, has replaced amphetamines called speed as the most dangerous new drug fad among the nation's youth. Geraldo Rivera has more on angel dust.
As you've seen over the past 2 days, the dust is everywhere, spreading out from Southern California until now it's become one of the most frequently abused drugs in such widely scattered cities as Philadelphia, Minneapolis, Chicago, San Francisco, Detroit, and New York. The result has been hundreds of young people, rich, poor, black and white, overdosing on a drug whose dangers they don't really understand. In cities like Los Angeles, some neighborhoods are so loaded with home laboratories processing legal chemicals into illegal angel dust that prospective buyers can go around comparison shopping. Narcotics officers in Los Angeles have already made 1,400 arrests of student pushers, but their efforts haven't made a dent in the problem.
You can make it yourself, okay? And you got a lot of set-up labs here, and these kids are getting it.
Perhaps the only way to stem the tide is to explain again just how deadly angel dust can be. Dr. Diane Sixsmith is in charge of the emergency room here in Harlem Hospital in New York City. How many overdose cases have you had this week, Doctor?
Interestingly enough, we've seen more than ever before. We had 6 in the last 3 days, as a matter of fact.
Just how serious is this drug?
The worst thing about the drug is that unlike other drugs that the kids on the street are using, like marijuana, which have a transient effect and no real harm that we know of, angel dust can produce chronic brain damage and, most importantly, produce chronic schizophrenia, or what people on the street would call craziness. They appear to be acutely psychotic. It can last for a day or it can last for 6 months or a year.
The most ironic aspect of the PCP crisis is the fact that the chemicals used to make the substance are essentially unregulated, uncontrolled, and available. From the Harlem Hospital Emergency Room, I'm Geraldo Rivera, ABC News in New York.
Coming up, Britt Hume on the Korean case and a former congressman.